Okay, honorable members, I think we should proceed to order number 11 because it turns out that the sugar bill is not ready for the committee of the whole for now. It's not yet ready. I'm told that there has to be some discussions with the clerk's desk and the committee. So we can move on to number 11 while you consult. Yes. So you can have your conversation while we proceed to order number 11, Honorable Mishimboko. Yes, we have moved to order number 11. You have a motion. Yes. Okay, proceed. Honorable Mishimboko, please proceed while the committee discusses the proceedings next to the committee of the whole. Proceed.
Order number 11, motion, policy for the provision of mental health services in all healthcare facilities.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. I beg to move this motion that aware that Article 43(1)(a) of the Constitution provides that every person has the right to the highest attainable standard of health, including the right to healthcare services. Further aware that mental health is a key determinant of overall health and socio-economic development, recognizing that the Constitution assigned to the national government the responsibility of matters of health policy, concern that according to the World Health Organization, mental and neurological disorders are common and about 10% of the population at any given time suffer from at least one mental disorder. Noting that patients attending primary care clinics may have diagnosable mental disorders. Deeply concerned that psychiatric units are only available in a few counties, indicating that patients seeking services at all healthcare facilities in most facilities have limited or no access to mental health care services. Acknowledging that efficient access to healthcare facilities leads to improved overall health, increased economic productivity, social equity, and improved quality of life. Now, therefore, this House urges the national government through the Ministry of Health to collaborate with the county governments to develop a policy that will integrate mental health services at all levels of healthcare facility to enable all citizens across these services. Honorable Madam Speaker, the mental health crisis in Kenya has reached a critical juncture and it demands urgent and comprehensive action from the Honorable House. The statistics presented highlighted are deeply concerning. 1 in 4 Kenyans is suffering from a mental health condition, and a significant portion of outpatient cases are related to mental health issues. This crisis has far-reaching implications for the well-being and prosperity of our nation, Honorable Madam Speaker. Honorable Madam Speaker, the right to the highest attainable standard of physical and mental health is enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya 2010 under Article 43(1)(a), which clearly states that every person has the right to the highest attainable standard of health, which includes the right to health care services, including reproductive health care. However, the reality on the ground points a stark picture, Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I stress the urgent need to tackle Kenya's mental health crisis. The Mental Health Act of 1989 and the National Mental Health Policy of 2015 provide a framework, but they face weak enforcement, unclear financial support, and conflicting laws. These hurdles contribute to the crisis, with 1 in 4 Kenyans suffering from mental health issues and frequent tragedy. To fix this, I propose reforms and a strong action plan to protect and support people with mental disorders, including more resources and updated policies. Honorable Speaker, for instance, I came to learn that this problem cut across all counties in Kenya. That although our counties might have 1 or 2 mental health facilities, but that even the supply of drug is erratic with frequent shortages, with more counties and having 1 or 2 mental health specialties. For instance, in Kilifi, for example, they found that it only had 2 mental health nurses for a population of approximately 1.2 million people. Madam Speaker, the lack of mental health infrastructure and human resources had a devastating impact on Kenyan communities. Madam Speaker, I want just to note some cases which have just happened in Kenya regarding mental disorder. On 24th January this year, a 34-year-old Evans Master was found dangling from a tree in Kisii. The same day, 72-year-old Maina was also found in Kirinyaga from a suspected suicide. On the very day in Mituni location, Machakos County, David Mutua was found hanging on a sisal rope, dead. Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, also on January 2nd, 2024, in Kangema Police Station, Murang'a County, a police constable shot himself dead. That same day, in Gusishi Police Station, Meru County, Corporal Simon Gitonga was found lying in a pool of blood dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Honorable Speaker, also one case happened at the Lunga police station where a police officer shot his wife and also shot himself dead. April 23rd, Oliver Naseria in Kitengela, a 24-year-old living in Kitengela, in a bizarre incident, killed her 2-year-old and consumed her organs all the time, singing and reciting alphabet as the neighbors watch helplessly. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the crisis extends beyond the tragic loss of life, the frequency of mental health issues in our learning institution, such as the cases of love triangles among university students, the issue of femicide, and the mushrooming of juvenile gangs. This disturbing trend, a clear indicator that the mental health challenges facing our youth are not being adequately addressed, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, furthermore, I raise concern about the impact of mental health issues in the workplace, where cases of assault, gender-based violence, and employee absenteeism due to depression are on the rise. This not only affects the well-being of our workforce, but also a significant economic implication for our nation. Just to note, Honorable Speaker, I sit in the Parliamentary Service Commission on the Committee of Staff Welfare. Honorable Madam Speaker, we have several cases of mental disorder, be it anxiety, be it depression, and bipolar. And we are yet to have some solution on these cases, Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the existing legal and framework, such as the Mental Health Act of 1989 and the National Mental Policy of 2013, are outdated.
Honorable Mishiboko, you know you've proceeded to debate your motion before we even propose the question, then open it for debate. So if you can just wind down. You're just supposed to move it as is.
Yeah, when you are moving, what I understand, Honorable Madam Speaker, you move.
Hold on
I'm
one
okay.
second. What is your point of order, Honorable Chepkonga?
I'm okay.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You know, Honorable Mishiboko is my very good friend. The way she's going about it, she's doing very well. But she's reading. You know, you just need to have a cursory look at your notes and then not read. Those are the standing orders, and I'm raising pursuant to standing order 83, Madam Speaker. She doesn't need to read everything. She just needs to have a cursory look. You know, it is a debating, this is a debating chamber. It is not a reading chamber. So she needs to just to make a cursory look at the points and then present the points.
You've made your point. Okay, proceed, Honorable Boko.
Coming. Madam Speaker, I understand the standing orders, and I know when you are moving a motion, it's not that I am debating this motion. I am moving. And when you are moving, you can read, you can look at your notes, you can do it without looking at your notes, so I don't have limitation on that. If it was debating this chamber, then you are not supposed even to look to the notes. You are just supposed to debate.
Proceed.
Honorable Madam Speaker, morally we have a duty of care to our citizens, especially the vulnerable, to ensure that mental well-being is prioritized and safeguarded. Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the tragic cases I have highlighted are a stark reminders that mental health is not just a personal issue, but a societal one that has far-reaching consequences, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it is therefore mandatory upon the Honorable House to take decision action to address the mental health crisis in Kenya, the most including but not limited to the following. And I want to talk about some reforms which maybe if we can take them, it can assess us in ensuring that we fight this menace, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, number one, allocating adequate resources, because we have found this is a big challenge, but financial and human or mental health infrastructure and services, including the establishment of standard-alone mental health facility. This is what we don't have. For instance, in Mombasa, we have only the Portrees Center for mental disorders. It is very small, there's no capacity, the medical professionals are not even available, we don't even have drugs. And the same in other counties. I've also mentioned about Kilifi, what we have seen. Madam Speaker, number two, integrating mental health into primary health care to improve access and reduce the stigma associated with seeking mental health services. Honorable Madam Speaker, there is a lot of stigma. Even here in the parliament, I know some of us might be suffering from mental disorder, but we cannot disclose it, we cannot maybe share, but we are just suffering from this disease. Honorable Madam Speaker, it is high time we have to do something on this. Number three, conducting robust research and data collection to understand better the scope and drivers of the mental health crisis, which will inform evidence-based policy making. Honorable Madam Speaker, we need to, in fact, like here in this parliament, we need to have what we call well-being. And under well-being, we need to have a unit or a center to ensure that we tackle these cases of mental disorder. Most of our staff, and in regard to absenteeism, it is because of mental disorder. Right now in the parliament, in the Parliamentary Service Commission, we have like 7 cases, and all of them are on depression issues, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, number 4, reviewing and updating the Mental Health Act and National Mental Health Policy to align them with the Constitution and international best practices, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, another one is launching public awareness campaigns to destigmatize mental health and encourage Kenyans to seek help without fear of discrimination or social ostracization. Honorable Speaker, number 6, establishing robust mental health support system in learning institutions, workplaces, and other key settings to proactively address emerging challenges. We have seen what has been happening in our learning institution, in our school, in our universities, the love triangles, and so many other cases which have just happened regarding, and this is because of mental disorder which has not been addressed adequately, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the time for action is now. We owe it to the people of Kenya to prioritize their mental well-being and create an environment where they can thrive free from the burden of untreated mental health condition. I implore this Honorable House to take the necessary steps to address this crisis and ensure a healthier, more prosperous future for our nation. With these many remarks, Madam Speaker, I beg to move and call upon Honorable Catherine Omanyo to second this motion. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Because she has done so.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And thank you, Honorable Mishi Mboko, for remembering this sensitive issue. I support heavily and deeply. I have looked into this and extensively realized that this issue should be declared a national crisis. It should actually be taken as an emergency in this nation, because if you look into what is happening at the moment, even in Kenya, you might easily ignore or not even know that actually somebody is suffering and needs help. Many times when we realize that somebody maybe uses drugs or maybe is depressed, people are so busy to even help. And you can easily hear terms like, this one has turned out to be a Madare case, meaning we dismiss easily and carry on with our other cause. Mental health is with us in every family. As we look into how Kenya is, one facility like Madare is over-admitting daily, suffocating with few staff even to handle the menace. As we keep looking and just losing family members or relatives, because most of them who give up end up even hanging themselves, committing suicide, because we do not understand. What Honorable Mishi has come up with should be inculcated even in our curriculum, so that every child grows understanding and knowing how to handle anything that comes up that indicates mental health problem. Some people end up taking anyone who is disturbing in their homes because of maybe drugs or trauma related actions. They take them to jail. A mental ill person is not supposed to be taken in jail, and they are not supposed to be beaten up. Mob justice. We have seen other people beating up a mentally ill person because of how they behave or carry themselves around their society. So we want the government to increase funding in this sector so that every county should have can have a standalone facility geared or solely built to handle mental illness or health issues related to mental illness. We need accessibility, because sometimes we victimize these people, and it becomes like an embarrassment even for any family to share that they have a child or a sister or a brother who is like that. We should stop victimizing, because sometimes it can be genetical. It's not really just drugs. And lack of jobs. You have seen how our GNZs have come up. It is not because of any lack of respect. It is not. Frustrations. Children have witnessed their parents sell property. Children have witnessed their parents deny themselves even having basic needs just to take them to school, taking all the shillings in the home. Anything that is called money is taken to take them to school. Then after school, they come back and sit and become a burden to their parents. Even when somebody wants to marry, they take their spouses to stay again with their parents because they cannot. Some of these things mount up into frustrations. And if frustrations keep mounting on top of frustrations, it becomes depression. And when somebody is depressed, they lose their normalcy. When they lose their normalcy, they become sometimes very poisonous. So we have to really take care of this thing, of this mental illness, by ourselves making sure that the money that we have said, in fact, yesterday when Honorable Ndindi Nyoro was talking about cutting what we were calling impulsively spending, If we cut that and make sure that facilities in the county levels, sub-county levels, have a section that deals with this particular matter, then it will be easier to handle, to prevent, than to cure. We can prevent, all of us, if we look into this. So I'm really supporting and really thanking Honorable Mishi for coming up with this, because we all are affected and we cannot run away from this. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Say, I second.
I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that aware that Article 43(1)(a) of the Constitution provides that every person has a right to the highest attainable standard of health, including the right to health care services, and further aware that the mental health is a key determinant of overall health and socioeconomic development, and also recognizing that the Constitution assigns to the national government the responsibility of matters of health policy, concerned that according to the World Health Organization, mental health and neurological disorders are common and are about 10% of the global population suffer from at least one mental health disorder at any given time. Concerned that the psychiatric units are only available in few facilities in the country, and patients requiring psychiatric services have limited or no access to these facilities, and acknowledging that access to healthcare facilities would lead to improved overall health, increased economic productivity, social equity, and improved quality of life. And now, therefore, this House urges the national government through the Ministry of Health to collaborate with county governments to develop a policy integrating mental health services in all healthcare facilities in the country. What's your point of order, Honorable Justice?
Yeah. Madam Speaker, I rise on Standing Order number 96. And without going into detail on what the Standing Order number 96 details, Madam Speaker, it simply says at any given time during a debate, a member may rise to move that that particular debate be adjourned until some other occasion. But, Madam Speaker, you had properly guided in the earlier on that standing order, motion number 9 should appear after motion number 11. And you had said that the office of the clerk and the chair of agriculture, together with the mover of the sugar bill, Madam Speaker, were not ready. I wish to mention that we have had consultations, and Madam Speaker, we are now ready to move to the Committee of the Whole in terms of the sugar bill. Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the debate be adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, and I think I do agree that if the Committee of the Whole is ready, you can make your contribution briefly, and then I will move to adjourn the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to support this bill by Honorable Mishi Mbogo, and I want to state that we have a mental health policy by the ministry, which is a 2017-2018 mental health policy. And when you look at the motion, she wants that the national government and the county government be able to, in consultation, to have mental health in all the health facilities. The mental health policy that is there provides for the formation of mental health board at the national and the county levels. So I think in this policy, what we need to be able to is to improve. What our urging is to improve on that, so that every health facility can have a mental health provision of mental health services. And I think that is an improvement, because one of the biggest challenges when it comes to mental health is issues about human resource. And I think we would be urging that the county governments be able to look at how best they can be able to incorporate, to have enough health personnel, human resource, so as to deal with the mental health issues. And this is, and from the figures which is given globally, 10% of the population at any given time suffer from mental health conditions. And therefore, I think this is a very important area. And when I was sitting with Ditmas, he was telling me we need to begin even from Busia. So the member is here and is seconding. So yes, we can begin from there. So I think every part of this country requires that service, and we should be able to look at how best we can be able to have this address, because we look at people committing suicide, we hear of people, even police officers shooting each other, and that kind of thing. It's something that should be able to be looked at, and we need to be able to look at it on how best we can improve. With those few remarks, I want to support.
Okay, I will now adjourn this debate on this motion, and we shall come to it at a later time. And now we move back to the next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, we are in the Committee of the Whole House, and we'll be considering the following bills: the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023, and consideration of Senate Amendment to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022. So we shall now proceed. Yes, we have a point of order by the Chair, Agriculture. You may proceed.
Honourable Chair, I rise on point of order number 133 to request that we rearrange the order of item number 10.2 and 10.3 so that we may start with 10.3, then go to 10.2. Honourable Chair, we have this particular bill will go to mediation, and therefore we know that we need time to allow the Senate to pick their mediation team and also the National Assembly to do the same. I request that we, and it is not it's not overly encompassing, so I request that we deal with item number 10.3 first. After 10.1, then we go to 10.2 in that order. I submit.
The Chair is making a request that we reorganize, and that is agreeable. So, honorable members, we are going to start with the first one, which is the Pensions Amendment Bill. Then we will go to the third one, which is consideration of Senate Amendment Bill to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34, and finally, we will go to the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023, so that is agreed. So let us proceed.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New clause 1A.
Mover?
Thank you.
Mover to move second reading of that clause.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and the Chair of this committee. I beg that clause 1 be part of the bill, and the amendment is to give the Cabinet Secretary power.
Order, Chair. You'll move that clause be read a second time.
Thank you for guidance. Chair, I beg that this bill be read for the second time. Clause 1, thank you. New clause, sorry. I'm guided.
Well,
thank you.
Well, for the record, read that, move that clause, new clause 1A.
Thank you.
Be read a second time.
Madam Chair.
And give the justification.
I beg that the new clause 1A be read for the second time. The amendment is to give the Cabinet Secretary power to make regulations to give effects to the provisions of Section 6 with regards to the prompt payment of pension. And Madam Speaker, this is justified that we witnessed for quite some time retirees after departing from the workplace. They go through tribulations and challenges pursuing pensions for a long time. And this particular amendment is to give powers to Cabinet Secretary to make regulations to give effect that within 90 days after retirement, the pensioner should be able to receive his dues on time when he still has energies and when he still has to enjoy the service he has provided therefor. Thank you. I beg to move.
I propose the question that new clause 1A be now read a second time. Yes, I'll give you a chance. Mheshimiwa, please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I truly support this clause. There are many retirees who take up to 20 years without seeing their pensions. And therefore, it is immoral as a country. People waiting, having served our government for so many years, then instead of giving them their money to enter into retirement with, and at the time when people are retiring, Madam Speaker, they are susceptible to many chronic illnesses, and they have nothing in their pockets, and therefore the 90 days as proposed by the committee is welcomed. I hope we can all adopt it so that retirees don't wait forever, and I thank you.
Honorable Justice, the last one. Please give him the mic. Move to the mic near you on the left.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I wish to support that amendment, Madam Chair. Most public servants are heavily inconvenienced after retirement when they have to wait for a long time to get their pension. Most of us as members of parliament, we are asked to provide interventions by teachers and other public servants who end up missing their pension for as many as 10, 15 years, Madam Chair, and they may not realize the purpose for which they are given their pension. Madam Speaker, I support. Thank you.
Thank you. I now push the question that new clause 1A be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that new clause 1A be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the Honorable Didmas Barasa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There is an amendment which we didn't see, and it is very important. And I will request that we recommit so that we carry along that amendment.
The Honorable Mutunga. The Honorable Chair. The Honorable Chairman, Agriculture.
What do we do?
Honorable Yes, please give the mic to the Chair, Agriculture.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, Clause 2 brings in the spirit of seeking to set timelines, which are very important, of 30 days, at which we believe 30 days is good enough for the transmission of the retirees to make sure that the documentation of the filing is properly done. Honorable Chair, the ministry or the departmental issues need to be given sufficient time because we know that they do so in consultation, and therefore they will need some good times to work on this. However, Honorable Chair, we need to have retirees taken care of or their issues handled as it were. We need to have them their issues dealt with. In most cases, Honorable Chair, we have a problem with that retirees following their pensions for a very long time and not getting it. Therefore, to require the pension department to process the pension within 60 days is good enough for us so that we have at least a specific time limitation. And therefore, the backlog will also be done so that they can be able to streamline their working relationships and their processes so they can deliver to the retirees. Honorable Chair, we have many retirees coming to Nairobi and even requesting us as members of parliament to support them in getting their pension, and it has been an issue. So timeline is important, and I think the committee's amendment is in good faith and is giving us the necessary flexibility that we are in building. I thank you, Honorable Chair.
I see several. I would like to give a chance to another person. Please hit the intervention button. Honorable Ekomas Mutuse, would you like to make a comment to this?
Madam Speaker, I'm queued in for the next order in the business of the House today.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the new clause 1A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I would like to get a comment from the Chair, Agriculture, Chair Finance, or the representative concerning the matter that has been raised by the Honorable Barasa.
Thank you so much.
To be dropped.
As well guided chair, and since clause 1 seeks to give more powers to the cabinet secretary to make proper regulations to give effect to processing of pension within 90 days. I'm well guided that the 30 days that clause 2 is seeking to work on has already been captured in the same. And the cabinet secretary, therefore, will have powers to make managerial regulations to be able to give effect to that. Thank you.
So I would like you to go on record so that we do not have to revisit that clause. So do you agree that it has been dropped?
Yes, Madam Speaker, I agree to that effect. Thank you.
Title.
I propose the question that the title be the title of the bill. I now put the question that the title be the title of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So, honorable members, we are done with the first. And as agreed when we began, we will now go to the third. Before we go there, I would like to call the mover to move reporting. Mover?
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I beg to move that the committee to report to the House its consideration on the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Now, honorable members, I put the question that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, we move to the next one, and it will be the third one, which is consideration of Senate amendment to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022.
Senate amendment to clause 6.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Senate amendment bill to clause 6 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, we consider the Senate amendment, the proposed Senate amendment to clause 6, and rejecting this amendment, Honorable Chair. The reason being that the proposal, Honorable Chair, was to add another member, an additional member appointed by the Council of Governors. And Honorable Chair, the presumption here is that the board will already be formed and the Council of Governors will assess the gender equity. And that is not a possibility. The board is formed at the same time. So we realized this one was it was not possible to do that. On the second subclause 2, we also therefore did not consider the additional subclauses, and therefore the part B also falls. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 6 be now. Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 6 be now approved. Yes?
Chair, taking...
Honorable Owino.
Okello.
I'm sorry about that. Honorable Okello.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you very much. Taking a tangent from what my chair has already alluded to, Honorable Speaker, in the composition of this board, all the factors under Article 27 of the Constitution shall have been attained. And if we are going to cherry pick and engage in splitting hairs on this matter, then there will be an inordinate delay in composition of a board, which will, in effect, disenfranchise the operations of the entire board. Any delay in coming up with this board, Honorable Speaker, which is long overdue, which can as well be orchestrated by these kinds of proposals as advanced by the Senate, is unwelcomed at this point, and therefore I align myself with the rejection of the Senate amendment, Honorable Chair, and I thank you.
Well, Justice, Honorable Justice.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I wish also to support the views of the chairman of the Agriculture Committee. In the composition of the board, Chair, as per the bill, all constitutional requirements have been met, and therefore giving an opportunity to another body again to add to the composition of the board, Madam Chair, in my view, is unnecessary, and therefore we reject the Senate amendment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
So, honorable members, I now put the question. Honorable members, order. Honorable members, I now put the question that Senate amendment to clause 6 be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment to clause 17.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 17 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, we consider this proposal by Senate, and we have no problem with the addition of that title, Part 3, licenses and registration, because it flows with the legislation. So, Honorable Chair, we approve that proposal.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 17 be now approved. Honorable Wangwe?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Chairperson, I support the committee. We all agree that grammar is not our mother tongue, and any improvement to it by the Senate is welcome. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Justice Kimei, member for Sigowet.
Madam Chair, I agree with the amendment from the Senate, and Madam Chair, where value is added to a bill, so that when we are enacting it to be an act, is provided by the other house, Madam Chair, and it makes sense, we're duty bound to accept, and therefore, Madam Chair, I accept the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. I now put the question, which is that the Senate amendment to clause 17 be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Senate amendment to clause 19.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 19 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, the committee considered the Senate amendment clause 19. Honorable Chair, this amendment alludes to the zoning and the operations after the zoning. Honorable Chair, we have decided to take the zoning issue and the definition of the zones to mediation. So, Honorable Chair, we rejected this particular amendment.
Honorable Ditmas Barasa, I'll come to you, Jared.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I rise to oppose this amendment. When a farmer decides to plant sugarcane, that farmer is no different from the one who plants maize. It's not different from the one who plants tea. And at the point of selling that cane crop, the farmer should sell the cane crop to the person who has arrived and they want to buy them. You cannot tie a farmer to a factory. If the factory becomes moribund because of poor management, the same suffering should not be transferred to the farmer. The reason why farmers plant cane is they feel that at the point that the cane has matured,
They should be able to sell it, convert it into money, into cash, and sort their businesses. Madam Chairperson, we are in a free market economy. You sell your crop to the person who has arrived. As long as the money that you are being paid is competitive, is within the market. These issues of tying farmers to a particular factory, Madam Chairperson, it is punitive. It is not in the modern times. Farmers should be allowed to sell their cane crops to whoever has arrived with money to buy them. The issues of saying that a factory may have given a particular farmer some incentives, that is like a debt. They can have their own arrangements on how they're going to pay each other. But I rise to vehemently, profusely oppose these amendments of tying cane farmers to a particular factory.
Chair, before we proceed with the debate, I see that the Chair, you are accepting part of the amendment and you are rejecting another part of this amendment. So I would like you to clarify so that we make a decision on how to put the question. Chairman?
Chair, I refer members to clause
19.
Clause 19. Chair, the clause 19 goes like this, because we debated clause 19. Chair, the proposal by Senate was to Part 1, Honorable Chair, the proposal is that the section, part 1, which is additional, does not apply to imported sugar, to imported industrial sugar. Honorable Chair, we have to import industrial sugar. It is refined, and therefore it is necessary for us to allow that importation. Then, when it comes to selling by the we did reject the proposal by the Senate that this money be domiciled at the county level. Honorable Chair, the proposal by the National Assembly is that this money is managed by the Kenya Rural Roads Authority. This is one of the issues that is going to go to mediation. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, honorable members. This is straightforward. So I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(6)B be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Now we go to the second one. I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(6)D be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. And the nays have it. Chair, I would like you to speak to the new clause 38(1)A. Proceed.
Honorable Chair, on our clause, the new clause 38A brought about by the Senate was rejected by the committee. Honorable Chair, the reason is that when you look at the proposal to levy the imported sugar alone, the idea is that the COMESA countries always complain that we are discriminating, and therefore, Honorable Chair, the committee decided that we do not pass this particular clause. It's one of the clauses that we shall also mediate.
I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(1)A be now approved. Yes? It's a sub-clause within the same clause.
There is? Yeah. Honorable Chair, the rejection by the committee stems from the fact that we do not want to give importers of sugar a more leverage of our own, and therefore the rule must apply universally. So we reject this Senate's amendment as advanced by them, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much. I now propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(1)A be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment to clause 43.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 43 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, clause 43 is about reporting, and the spirit of the National Assembly on the bill that was presented to Senate did indicate that this report be brought to the National Assembly, and the Senate proposes that we should also be taken to the Senate, and we have no problem with that.
Thank you. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 23 be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Senate amendment to clause 60.
I propose the question that the Senator...
Senate amendment to clause 59.
Okay. I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 59 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, the Senate amendment clause 59, which basically presupposes that we insert we delete the entire clause, was rejected by the committee because the committee believes clause 59 is important in terms of representative of the growers in the private milling company.
I'd like some more voices on this. Yes, the Honorable Justice.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Growers in this country have a huge stake in the sugar industry matters. And therefore, Madam Chair, if we were to omit representation by the growers, we would be doing a lot of injustice to our cane farmers in the country. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Makali.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. Growers are actually the goose that lays the golden eggs that provides the raw material for the running of these particular factories. And their voices need to be heard. If we delete that particular clause, it means the growers will not be represented. That will be disenfranchising a critical sector of the sugar industry. So, Madam Chair, I think I support the rejection of that amendment.
Thank you, Honorable Didmas Barasa, member for Kimilili.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am wondering what was in the mind of the Senate to recommend deletion of this clause. Whom were they speaking for? We are elected to speak on behalf of farmers. We cannot be the people who are suffocating their voices. I also join the fellow members of Parliament to reject this proposal to delete this particular section. It is very important, Madam Chair. So I support the committee's position to reject this Senate amendment.
Thank you, Honorable Ndwiga. The last one. Patrick.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I come from a tea growing and a coffee growing zone. The backbone of the management of coffee factories and tea factories is representation from farmers. So the minute you remove growers or the farmers from management of the societies and the factories, then you are leaving it to be managed by cartels without the voice of the growers. So, Chair, I also join other members to reject this amendment that we retain representation from growers.
Thank you. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 59 be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendments to clause 60.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 60 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, we noted that there was actually an omission in the bill presented to Senate on this particular clause, which has to do with the procedure for election of farmers and millers, representatives to the board, and the pricing committee, and therefore we approved the insertion of that particular clause, sub-clause in this bill.
Thank you. The Honorable Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also join the Committee on Agriculture, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chairperson, to support that what the Senate has done, it has helped us in the cleaning up of what was omitted. Looking at the issues to do with cane production, Honorable Chairperson, the sweetest part is in production, but the juicy side is on the earnings, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chairperson. So if the Committee on Pricing can be well taken care of, then it means our farmers are going to get value for their money, and they should be well coordinated in terms of who is going to sit in that committee. Therefore, Honorable Chairperson, I support this amendment.
Thank you. I now propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 60 be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Senate amendment, new clause 19A.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to new clause 19A be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, the committee rejected the entire clause 19A because it alludes to exemption from cane supply restrictions, and this has to do with the zoning, which is a contentious issue in this particular bill. And Honorable Chair, we refund the zoning issues and the management of the zoning which is going to be there to the mediation committee. So this is also rejected.
Being a rejection, we'd like to hear more voices. The Honorable Shakil Shabir.
Yes, thank you. Madam, I wish to strongly oppose the Senate proposal. Clause 19A is essential. The fact is that sugarcane growers have been treated like slaves. They are told where to go, where not to sell their thing. And if there is, they should be allowed to deliver cane anywhere in the zone, provided that they have the pre-existing agreement with the miller. And I don't think is not provided to A, B, and C. So I strongly support clause
Thank you.
19A. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Justice Keme.
Madam Chair, in the spirit of bicameralism, we should accept what makes sense when it comes from the Senate. But here, Madam Chair, how can we stifle our farmers? How can we restrict our farmers to supplying cane to a particular mill in a particular zone? We need to give our farmers freedom to be able to sell their cane anywhere in this country so long as it makes economic sense. And
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair, we cannot, on the issue of agreements, there are laws in this country that govern agreements. We cannot legislate on laws which have already been done. And in the event, Madam Chair, that there was need to make any changes concerning this particular area, then the Cabinet Secretary may provide regulations to that effect. It cannot be in a substantive law. Thank you, Madam
Thank you. Honorable Meli, the last one, honorable members.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to echo what Honorable Keme just said. As a farmer, as a representative of farmers, it is legal, it is logical for one to tell a farmer to supply cane to a particular miller, yet he has not even participated in farming activities himself. The farmer looked for fertilizer, started the process, and everything. What the miller should do, and I think this we must be very progressive. Like tea, like coffee, like any other crop, this is the only crop where the miller wants to force the farmer to take his crop to his place. So, Madam Chair, I really want to say that this amendment from the Senate is actually not right. And we should allow the farmers to take the crop wherever they want to.
Thank you. Honorable members, in the interest of time, I now put the question that the Senate amendment to new clause 19A be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it.
Senate amendment, new clause 19B.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to new clause 19B be now approved. Chair, you realize that these are several amendments, so please guide the House.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Indeed, it has 3 amendments. Clause 19 has got subclause A, subclause B, and subclause C. The committee considered the 3 subclauses in view of the inter-miller agreement, Honorable Chair. The first one, where the millers, where we can have such an agreement, when the miller's factory is temporarily broken down, the committee approved. Where there is an oversupply of cane to the miller, the committee agreed on the inter-miller agreement. But when it comes to mill, where the mill must be located within the sugarcane zone, the committee rejected because we have an issue with the zoning, and it's part of what is going to be discussed in the mediation.
Honorable members, I would like to put the question because this is straightforward. Honorable members, I now put the question that the Senate amendment to the new clause 19B, A, paragraph A, and paragraph B be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I'll now move to the second one. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to the new clause 19B, paragraph C, be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment, new schedule.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the Senate amendment to new schedule be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, the committee considered the Senate proposal for the new schedule, and it does not capture the entire content of the proposal by the National Assembly, and we had good reasons for that. So, Honorable Chair, this is one of the issues again that will be discussed in the mediation, and therefore the committee rejected this proposal.
Honorable Justice, would you like to add to the voice of the chair? Honorable Didmas?
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Okay, we start with the Honorable Justice.
Madam Chair, this is part of what we rejected coming from the Senate. But Madam Chair, we are saying as the National Assembly, let it go to the mediation. Let's go and listen to them. If it doesn't make sense on our part, but whatever they have in mind, Madam Chair, let them tell us. That's why we say we reject, let's go to mediation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Didmas? Yes. Honorable Didmas.
Madam Chair, at times I wonder, we are overprotecting these millers. The people that we should protect are farmers. The millers should protect themselves by offering competitive prices, paying on time, and using proper weigh scales, Madam Speaker. A farmer who decides to plant maize should sell the cane anywhere, even if it's in Uganda, as long as they are paid money to sort out their bills. The sentimental values that we attach to these factories is making our farmers more poorer. Our efforts and focus should be on how we are going to protect the farmers, to be paid on time, to be paid good prices. Anything else, Madam Chair, is neither here nor there. Those factories that are not going to be competitive, they can close down.
Merely the last one.
I think, Madam Chair, what my colleague, member for Honorable Didmas Barasa said is quite true. This bill at times looks at the miller as the main person. The core person in sugar production is the farmer. When you see a bill trying to protect millers, then we have gone wrong in this country. We have gone wrong. We have actually missed the target. The person to be protected is the farmer. If the miller is not competitive, let him perish. And if they are not, if they want to have economies of scale, then let them have large ones. In this particular case, we did actually say, as we do not want the word zoning in this bill. How did it come back again? Yet we the farmers, we the members of the former Agriculture Committee last Parliament, we said no word like zoning should exist in this bill. How did it come back, Madam Speaker? And I think we need to make the farmer the best, the key.
No, the Honorable Jared Okello.
Madam Chair, the elephant in the room is this idea of zoning. If you look at what we have dealt with prior to this, we rejected any element of zoning because we do not want our farmers to be boxed into a corner and therefore have absolute control in the hands of an individual called a miller. Honorable Speaker, in the liberalized market, people are allowed to sell as and when they deem necessary. And therefore, using some tactics to bring about zoning at the tail end of this process cannot be welcomed at this point.
Thank you. The Honorable Nguna.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'm lucky I was part of the Committee of Implementation when we visited, actually physically, this issue in sugar belt zones. We went to Mumias, we went to Chemilili and Muoroni. We were there, and even Mumias. And farmers in totality rejected this thing of zoning, Madam Chair. I want to support what Honorable Meli, Honorable Jared, and Didmas Barasa put across. Let us reject this in totality. There's no need of even mediation.
Thank you,
Chair.
CMN. You made your point. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to the new schedule be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment to clause 2.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 2 be now approved. Chairman?
Honourable Chair, the Senate Amendment Clause 2 brings in the definition of sugarcane zone, which is the issue we've been discussing. So, Honourable Chair, we rejected that definition as well.
I'll put the question, it's a straightforward matter. I now put the question that the Senate, Honorable Wangwe.
Honorable Chairperson, whereas it is straight, it's important that I be on answered that the cancer in the sugar industry is the use of the word zoning. The moment you mention the word zone, it actually behaves more or less like the cancer in a human being. Therefore, I want us to make sure that the issue called zoning is not there, but let's have discipline in the sector, Honorable Chairperson. Let's invite order in the industry, Chairperson, so that at least we have something good for our people. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable Shakil Shabil.
I want to take this point and put this on handset. There has been cases in Kisumu where the miller refuses to take cane from a particular person because they say they support Shakil or they support Meli. Madam Chair, I want to put on record today that there are certain millers who have tried to impose on members of parliament. There are 3 members of parliament. These millers said that they would spend 10 million shillings each to get rid of us. Bad luck for them because all 3 of us are here. My brother, Mheshimiwa Meli, Koyo, and myself. What I'm trying to say, we have to get away from these people who are running us like slaves and running our people like slaves. How can you, madam, tell a farmer who has grown everything for you that he is not going to take your cane only because he supports Meli or he supports Shakil?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Shakil. It's clear. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 2 be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. Honorable members, thank you very much. We have concluded consideration of the Senate amendment bill. The Senate amendment to the sugar bill, and I'll now call upon the mover to move reporting. Mover? Honorable Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Senate amendments to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 54 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Thank you. Honorable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Senate amendment to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 54 of 2022, and its approval with amendments. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as have a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, as we agreed earlier, we are now moving to the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023.
Clause 3.
I propose the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill, Chair.
Honorable Chair, we considered Clause 3 of the Senate bill. Just a moment, Honorable Chair.
You may approach the table, Chairman. Honorable members, I would like you to look at the other amendments ahead so that we can move faster than we did with the earlier bill. So, Chair, are you ready? Okay, proceed.
Honorable Chair, we looked at the Clause 3 of the bill, and Clause 3 basically talks about substituting. I mean, we were to substitute. We were to delete paragraph A and substitute with paragraph another paragraph, which basically looks at promoting the globally competitive cotton industry through regulation and collaboration with the county governments. Honorable Chair, the one regulation was not the regulation function was not explicitly mentioned, and therefore we are to incorporate this particular function because the Cotton Board is supposed to be a regulatory agency besides promotion and marketing, and promotion of production and marketing. Now,
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 3 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. I don't see any interest in this, so I put the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 4, 5, and 6.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 4, 5, and 6 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that clause 4, 5, and 6 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
Clause 7. I propose the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Mover? Chairman?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, the committee considered clause 7 and proposes insertion of two subclauses. Subclause 1, A1, we need to delete the paragraph C and substitute therefore with the following new paragraph, that the Principal Secretary is responsible for matters relating to industrialization. And the reason is that Cotton Industry Chair is under the State Department for Industrialization. It is therefore important that the PS Industrialization is a member of the board. On the other hand, Honorable Chair, Part 2, we also propose that there should be an insertion of a new paragraph immediately after paragraph C, which is CA, whereby we bring in the Principal Secretary responsible for National Treasury. We realize that National Treasury was not included, and therefore the State Corporations Act provides for inclusion of the Principal Secretary of the National Treasury so that we have that linkage with the pass handler.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Mary Emase. Okay.
Honorable Chair, I support the amendment and especially the new addition on that relates to Article 27(8) of the Constitution, that not more than 2/3 of either elective or appointive positions should be from the same gender. So this is a good addition, and therefore I support. But I also had a concern about the other amendment to introduce the PS for industrialization and remove the one for trade. But I have agreed with the chair that there's more of value addition, and that relates more to industrialization than trade. Therefore, I support.
Thank you, Honorable Emase. The Honorable Nabwera Nabi, member for Lugari. The Honorable Didmas Barasa.
Madam Chair, while I'm supporting this clause that allows the Principal Secretary to make appointments, we should not just be making appointments to these particular boards. You should look at what are the enabling sectors. So those enabling sectors, the sectors that will add value, are the ones that should second the people to this particular board so that they can improve the sector. We are where we are as a cotton industry because of just seconding people to sit on the board. People are not adding any value. So we should first identify and put a rider. You identify what are the enabling sectors. Those sectors are the ones that will second the people so that they can support the cotton sector to proceed forward. Otherwise, Madam, I support.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 7 be amended. Chair, do you want to say something before you put the question? Yes, go ahead, Chair.
Chair, I give the justification, but there is an issue on gender that the co-sponsor of the bill has brought in. Chair, we introduced a subsection 4, subclause 4, which reads, in making appointments of members of the board, the appointing authority shall observe the gender balance. This basically takes care of the gender issue.
Yes. Thank you. And I put the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 7 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many? I now put the question that clause 7 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, for the purpose of the Hansard, please record your vote.
Clauses 8, 9, and 10.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 8, clause 8, 9, and 10 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 8, 9, and 10 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 11.
I propose the question that clause 11 be part of the bill, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, we looked at clause 11 and we proposed several amendments. Honorable Chair, the first amendment is to delete paragraph A of clause 11, 11(1)A, clause 11, subclause 1, paragraph A. We deleted that paragraph and substituted with another paragraph A, which reads, regulate and promote the development of the cotton industry. And the reason for this particular amendment, Honorable Chair, is to ensure that all the industry players are properly regulated. We also proposed the deletion of paragraph E and substituted therefore with the following paragraph, which reads to regulate and promote import and export of cotton products and byproducts. And the reason here, Honorable Chair, is to cater for regulation and promotion of cotton products and byproducts that may come into this country. Honorable Chair, we also proposed deletion of paragraph G and proposed a new paragraph G, which reads in consultation with the Kenya Bureau of Standards and other relevant institutions, formulate standards and code of practice acceptable in international markets, and to ensure the competitiveness and reliability of the country as a producer of cotton. The reason for this particular amendment, Honorable Chair, is that as written in the bill, it does not seem to make sense, and therefore we brought in this particular amendment to improve on the presentation of that particular subclause. We also proposed deletion of paragraph N, and then we also proposed deletion of paragraph O and substituted that particular paragraph with the following: to establish linkages with the government agencies and research institutions to enhance quality assurance and research and facilitate flow of research findings to the interested parties.
Thank you very much, Chair. I would like you to guide that you summarize the amendments because it's just as per the order paper, and members have the order paper.
Okay, Chair. So, Chair, I do propose that the committee adopts our committee, the Agriculture and Livestock Committee's recommendations that the amendments that we've brought forward be approved as per the order paper.
I propose the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed by the chair. Any interest? Honorable Emasi.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to support the amendment because the previous one was a bit shallow when you look at A, because it was only limiting the regulation and promotion to growing and spinning. But this one brings on board value addition and marketers, so it's broader and encompasses all aspects. Then the other one also, that is B, is better because it includes all cotton products as opposed to the previous one, which was referring to only the aspect of lint and the seed. But this one speaks about all the byproducts, promoting and the marketing of all the byproducts. And then finally, the third one also still enriches this bill because it brings in the aspect of linkages, quality assurance, as opposed to the previous one that was only talking about pricing, improving the prices of cotton through research. But this one says through research, we are also able to improve quality. Through research, we are also able to build the networks and partner with other relevant partners to boost. Thank you.
Thank you. I now put the question. Honorable Shakil Shabil.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I had wanted to make a comment in Clause 7, but that is now covered in Clause 11. Madam Chair, I have attended a number of WTO meetings. And in the WTO meetings, there's a very, very strong department, very strong approach from India and other cotton-growing countries. And the one that from Kenya is very, very weak at all. So I am now very pleased with the amendments here to regulate and promote the import and export of cotton products, and in consultation with the G. So I want to emphasize the importance of international market development. I would have loved to have the Principal Secretary of Trade join the Principal Secretary of Industrialization, but that amendment is gone. But I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that Clause 11 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 11 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 12 and 13.
I propose the question that Clause 12 and 13 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that Clause 12 and 13 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 14.
I propose the question that Clause 14 be part of the bill. Mover? Chairman?
Chair, we consider this particular clause and thought of deleting the one fees and allowances because remuneration covers both. So we basically did some grammatical correction.
Honorable members, I propose the question that Clause 14 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that Clause 14 as amended be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 14 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 15.
I propose the question that Clause 15 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honorable Chair, we improved on the qualifications of the Chief Executive Officer of this, the board, and added that should have a master's degree and not just a degree. That is we therefore, adjusted by deleting the one degree and have substituted therefore with the new one master's degree.
Thank you. Honorable Chen.
Chair, I want to oppose this particular amendment. Chair, cotton industry, I would have imagined the Chair would say that this CEO should have experience in the cotton industry, not a master's degree. for this reason, Madam Chair, that this industry that has been facing many challenges, but it's one of the areas where most of the guys who have experience in this area have got experience in terms of learning and doing. And so, too much ado, in my opinion, about masters that will not add value to this sector. Madam Chair, I would plead with the chairperson that this issue of master's degree, we have so many people in this country who have experience, can do a good job, but there are people who just move. Today, he gets a bachelor's degree, tomorrow has a master's degree. So then you're going to leave this guy who's been in that sector for the last 15, 20 years, has built experience, has capacity. I mean, I was in Moi University, and I saw how they have this course on textile. Number two, Madam Chair, they have Rivertex working there. And there are so many people who are working there, have so much experience, but have no master's degree, but they could manage this sector. Chair would really leave those ones out and pick a person who probably has a master's degree, but not in this area, just because of a master's degree, Madam Speaker. I would leave with the chair that let's leave out this master's degree and leave a bachelor's for this situation.
Honorable Ekomas Mutuse.
Thank you, Chair. I know the amendment proposed by the Agriculture Committee is well-intentioned. However, I share the feelings by the member for Ugunja that the CEO position is a managerial position and not an for Ugenya is a managerial.
The Honorable Ocheng is the member for Ugenya.
And I have already
not for Ugunja.
I have made that correction. That the position of CEO is a managerial position, is not an academic position. Comparatively also, if you look at qualifications of CEOs of other parastatals in Kenya, many of the laws constituting those parastatals do not provide for a compulsory master's degree. Even cabinet secretaries, by dint of qualifications under the Constitution, are required to have a single degree. Principal secretary is the same. I would have loved if the committee proposed that a master's degree will be an added advantage and placed more weight on experience. People who are going to do and who are going to make the sector work. So with tremendous respect, we would need more justification lest we oppose the amendment.
Chairman, yes, I would like you to have the last voice on this and then we put the question.
Honourable Chair, I would like to refer the members, the honourable members to the bill. The provisions for the qualified first person for this particular position is given as a Kenyan citizen, holds a degree from the university recognized by Kenya, has at least 10 years experience in senior managerial position. Honourable Chair, the Honourable Shakir talked about the international trading system and the negotiations that go by. In some cases, Honourable Chair, we need somebody who has analytical skills to represent such an industry. And that was the thinking behind this particular provision by the committee.
Thank you. I am going to put this to a vote. Honourable members, I put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Clause 16.
Honourable members, I propose the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 17.
I propose the question that clause 17 be part of the bill. Mover, Chairman.
Honourable Chair, clause 17, we made a small correction, a grammatical correction, where we inserted the word of behind the word, or just after the word contradiction. Just a grammatical correction.
Honourable members, that is straightforward. I put the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 17 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 23.
I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honorable Chair, we did propose deletion of several clauses, sub-clauses, and substituted them with one sub-clause, which is to promote the organization of cotton farmers cooperatives, associations, and link them with the credit finance support, credit and financing support. Honorable Chair, the reason is that most of the functions, like B and C, are functions of the board. Paragraph D has been merged with paragraph E, and therefore we did that deletion, and the amendment in paragraph E is because the role of the county government is to link farmers with financing agencies or with financials.
I propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Mary Emase.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to thank the committee for this amendment. These amendments basically are bringing clarity on how the farmers are going to be supported, the formation of the cooperatives, and above all, brings about specificity in terms of the intent. Because the previous one was too wordy. They have summarized, they are very specific, and the intention is very clear. So I support.
Honorable Member for Kishogo. Honorable Gichimu Githinji, Member for Gishogo.
Thank you, Chair. I support the amendment because the way to support farming currently is through cooperatives because of the economies of scale. It's very difficult to have farmers being supported individually. So cooperatives is the way to go in support of any kind of farming in this Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. This is straightforward, so I'm going to put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 23 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I propose the question that clause 24 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honorable Chair, we did propose amendment to clause 24 as it were, and these amendments are basically just as in clause 23. They are aimed at creating clarity to the legislation itself, and therefore we did touch on the various subclauses as appearing on the order paper.
Thank you, honorable members. Being straightforward, I propose the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 24 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 25.
I propose the question that clause 25 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honorable Chair, we spent some time on clause 25 as well, basically to create more clarity, to correct some grammatical errors, and also to correct the cross-referencing that were done, that particular clause. Chair, to enhance the bill as it were. So we did a few corrections as appearing on the order paper.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable members, this being a matter of clarity, I now put the question that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 25 as amended be part of the bill? Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I propose the question that clause 26 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Honorable Chair, we also spent some time on clause 26 to basically separate the functions of the board vis-a-vis those of the county executive committee and also correct some typographical errors.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 26 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 28. Clause 27.
I propose the question that clause 27 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Clause 27, Honorable Chair, erroneously makes references to the county legislation, and we know that the licensing is a function of the board, so we did correct that particular anomaly.
Thank you, Chairman. I propose the question that clause 27 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 27 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
I